Hi everyone, you're welcome to the very first episode of Mona Talks, and my name is Mona. Today I'll be talking about 5 things a guy wants in his woman, and this is not a general kind of thing. This is like a me kind of thing. So number 5 is that you should be educated, and education in this context is not your BSc, is not your HND or the Masters, PhD, if you already don't know. It's you being well informed about the kind of circle your man hangs out with. So if your man and his friends, whenever they're hanging out, all they discuss is politics and finance or sports or whatsoever, try as much as possible to know little or more about those things. The benefits of you being educated about your man's circle is that he doesn't just see it as a girlfriend. He sees it more of his his personal person. Number two is that you have access to a secret chamber, and this is a place a lot of women rather don't get close to. Because if your man says, "Oh, she not gonna know this thing," she not gonna know her. Like you won't know it, no matter how hard you try to. No, you definitely won't still know him because it takes a thief to catch a thief. Therefore, it takes a guy, it takes you as a woman being a guy to know more about your guy. And you having access to his secret chamber, you know a lot of stuff about even you yourself that you think you knew but you didn't know. So it is very important to get well informed about your husband or your man's circle. Be very informed about the kind of people he discusses. And when you hang out more with his friends, you see one or two characters that it is very similar. It is very similar with five, and your husband is or your man is a six, and you're like, oh, my husband, my boyfriend, my whatsoever hasn't exhibited this character. Chill, chill. It's coming to a turn because you can't have five friends that behave the same way, and he's being the sixth person behaves any different. So just take a chill pill. His turn is coming. So his turn is just coming. So number four is that be emotionally independent. I know women weren't created to be emotionally independent, but because of the social evolution going on right now, we really have to. Our hearts have to be emotionally independent, and it's going to help us a whole lot. If your man isn't in the habit of calling you too often, sending you text messages, remembering your birthday, it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. He really, really, really might do love you. But because of you've taken so much attention into those kind of things, you practically killing and weakening your relationship. You're comparing your boyfriend or your husband with your friend's husband or boyfriend that remembers her birthday, sends her boxes of chocolates, calls her, send the driver to come pick her from work and drop her back home. Like you're just wondering why can't your man do the same? But sometimes what those people are doing is action film. They're just acting film for you like film, big film, and you're just like, oh, God, this film we have part two. I must go and watch it. That is all that is happening to you. Nothing different is happening. Your relationship is super better than theirs, and you're there killing yourself, worrying yourself about your boyfriend, who is that girl on his social media. I just found out the girl is his cousin. He no, rather he told me the girl was his cousin, and I found out the girl is his cousin's cousin. You're just killing yourself unnecessarily. So how do you get emotionally independent? Get busy. It's as easy as ABC. No, it's not as easy as ABC, but it is easy if you want it to be easy. Get busy, read a book, write a lot of stuff, clean the house, go window shopping. Why I said window shopping is because it motivates you, gives you ideas on how to make more money so you can buy those stuff. So yeah, get busy. And the benefits of you being emotionally independent is that you get much more happier. You have less high blood pressure. High blood pressure begins to reduce drastically. You become a very happier person. Number two is that you know your relevance in the relationship. You know how relevant you have been in the past. It is a very, very, very big opportunity for you to know that, because a lot of people think they are so relevant. Oh my God, he can't do it without me. Oh my God, just the one week. If one week turns to 2 weeks, 2 weeks turns to a month, And dude hasn't remembered to even reply the last message you sent 3 months ago. You really don't need a prophet to tell you how relevant you've been in the past. So get busy. Very, very busy. Because if you have been relevant, or if you're still relevant in that relationship, Uncle will begin to question himself, like what is going on. So all the worries you've been doing in the past has been thrown to his side of life. So it's left for him to do those worries. And you're worrying about better things of your own life. So number three is that don't be a baby mama. The baby mama thing is something that has crawled successfully into our environment. Everyone wants to be a baby mama. Everyone is breaking up with people that can make them a professional baby mama to be with people that can make them a professional baby mama. Is that I'm not mentioning any, but if you're familiar with what is going on right now, you know that is what is going on. There is no job around. Every year, graduates keep on going to the job market with nothing to expect, and you see a girl, a lady rather, sees a guy that can make her a professional baby mama, where she can earn close to 500,000 naira every month, and you're telling her not to work on that part. Really? She's gonna work on that part. She's gonna have a nice time on that part. But seriously, yeah, a lot of guys, that is a huge turn off. Some guys don't want to have kids at all. Like the thought of being around children freaks the skin out. Like they can't stand the sight of children. And probably have one or two and you're still hiding it away from him. What if he finds out and he's not cool with it? You can actually change such a guy's perspective about children, but you really need to find his opinion towards children at the early stage of your relationship, so you don't end up building castles in the air. I really don't expect any woman to choose a man over her children. Your children should be your major priority because those are your real investments. Those are the real people that you actually have. And number two is that some guys don't have the patience of raising another person's child. They might do that for a while, they might do that for years. They might be very happy about doing those stuff. But a time is going to come whereby they're going to like tell you have to choose between this child and them. So if you get to that bridge and you have to do that, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be a good turnout for either you or that child. So don't try to put your child through such an emotional stress. And if you're yet to have one, like you're yet to be a baby mama, please don't. If uncle wants to try his luck, like know how fertile you are, can you give birth to twins, triplets, whatsoever at once, you're not a lab rat, sweetheart. You're not a lab rat that they're going to take to the lab to do some kind of experiment on, and they're going to give you a certain period of time to give birth to more lab rats and check how healthy those lab rats are and how fast it took them to grow and all the stuff like that. You're not an experiment. You are a worthy person. Like you are God's creation. God took his time. He brought out the best of resources to create you. So don't let some guy wash you down the drain, making you feel less of you. You are so much more than that. Number two is your character. Like this thing called character is it's funny because not everyone has a definition to that thing called good character. Some people say, oh, being crazy is is you having a good character, you're able to stand up for yourself, you're this and that. So I don't have a proper definition of that, but I can say is you being homely, approachable, understanding, more of the listening type, making everyone around you feel comfortable with themselves and proud of who they are, not making anyone feel less of themselves whenever they are around you, helping everyone grow, giving everyone a good pat on their shoulder, even when they feel like you're a team leader and you know this person is the reason why you guys failed. You make that person feel like the best person in the team, like encouraging people. That is something that you should be as a woman. You should be very humble no matter what you have as your asset or whatsoever thing that makes you feel, oh, you've arrived. Yeah, that is language, you've arrived. Whatever thing that makes you feel you've arrived, don't make it be the reason people would despise you. Yeah, despise you. And others of people will still despise you, but don't create a room for that. Try to be as homely, encouraging, approachable as possible as you can be. Because how will you feel you have all those things that has made you alive, and your man leaves you for someone that has never thought of arriving? Like when they are talking about people that would arrive, not that has arrived, that would arrive in 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, she won't even talk. She'll be like, oh, wait till they arrive. It not concern me. It's not my business. So how will you feel if your man leaves you for such a person? Do you know how depreciating to depreciating to your ego it will be? And you'll go about going from one pastor to another, praying, going to one alpha or priest whatsoever to pray. But the truth is that you are actually your problem. It's not your father's grandfather's mother's sister's cousin, brother's wife, sibling that did that to you. You actually caused that problem for yourself. So try as much as possible to have a good character. And if you're someone who's quick to anger, try as much as possible to be quiet. Like don't talk when you're angry. Like no matter how much someone pushes you to talk, don't talk. Like try as much as possible to be quiet. To be quiet, if possible, leave that environment completely. Don't talk about it, and you'll be very fine. So number one is finally, finally, number one is that you should be yourself. Be you. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be anyone you know. Don't try to be your cousins, brothers, sisters, fiancés. Uh, don't try to look like any of those things or any of those people. Don't even because even the girl in in the magazine doesn't even look like herself. So if you're like, oh god, I'm going to look like the girl I saw in the magazine, she was so beautiful, she was so this, she was so that, when you meet her she's like, oh, who's this, she's so pretty, and you're the one, she's like, I don't even look like myself, right? So try as much as possible to look like you, to be you. A lot of guys like their girls crazy. They say they like their girls crazy. So if you're crazy, keep on being crazy. If your uncle is not complaining, keep on being crazy. If you are good, keep on being good. If if you're a baby mama and you still have your integrity, everything intact, there is no problem to what anyone thinks of you. Just focus on being a better mother to your children. Just be you. Just have as much fun because at the end of the day, you're the one who's still going to live the life that you want to live. It's not the society, it's not what anyone around you says. It's still going to be you who will have to walk on the path of life alone. Drake said, if I was a twin, if you were a twin rather, I'll still choose you. So if your man had left all the skinny girls, all the fat girls, and he decided to stick with you, you really don't have to worry about it. Killing yourself in the gym, trying to lose all the weight that you don't know where they are losing. But you're going to, so try as much as possible to be you. Try as much as possible to be a very happy person, because it is very important. You really don't need someone to tell you you're beautiful. If you as a person can believe you're beautiful, then when someone tells you, it's going to be more like a compliment, not like an actualization of dream. So be a happy person, be you, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and your support will be very needed in this new ministry of mine. Yeah, I know I don't have a fine voice, but don't worry, I'm going to win a Grammy someday, and I'm going to dedicate it to every one of you that helped me in this new phase of my life. Yeah, so as I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and in the comment section you can drop places that you think I should develop more, and yeah, your condemnation and commendation are very, very, very appreciated at this point in time. Yeah, they'll forever be appreciated, but right now I really need them because this is my first time of doing this, and thank you, Tyro, for making me do this, and thank you everyone that supported me in doing this. So have a great day ahead, and bye bye.